Hey guys, AJ here, and I just wanted to take a quick minute and show you guys probably my favorite Pampered Chef electric product. So if I had to pick one over all the others, if I was being forced, it would probably be the Pampered Chef Quick Cooker. The main reason being is just the stage of life I'm in right now. I've got 2 toddlers at home, and it is so easy to just dump everything in here, set it to cook. It cooks in about probably 20-ish minutes once it comes to pressure, and then dinner is ready to go. So, not a ton of prep work, and just makes cooking very easy in the kitchen. Anything that makes things faster and just easier, less dishes, all of the above. So I want to show you guys my favorite recipe for the quick cooker, and that is the chicken parmesan pasta recipe. So what I've done is, I didn't want to take up like y'all's whole night, but I went ahead and prepped my chicken ahead of time. So you actually do that right here in the quick cooker as well, which again saves you dishes, it saves you time, all of the things that we all need to save. So all I did was I got some chicken tenderloins, a pound of chicken tenderloins. I cut them into bite-sized pieces. I used my garlic herb rub here. This is my very favorite Pampered Chef seasoning, y'all. I use it on everything. I buy it in bulk. I'm so mad at myself. Last week I actually ran out, but thank goodness my supply finally came in on Friday, and I finally have some more in my pantry. I'm probably about to order some more just so I never run out again. It's that good. You can literally put it on anything and it is going to just make everything delicious. So, garlic and herb rub. The recipe calls for 3 tablespoons, but I think it's a little too much in this recipe, so we only do 2 tablespoons in ours. And then you just set your quick cooker to sear, and you heat a little oil in there, and you brown your chicken up. It usually takes me about 15 minutes for this part of the process, so that's why I didn't want to video it, because it would have been a lot of just sitting and waiting on chicken to brown. So now that I have my chicken browned, oh, actually, I wanted to show you guys the cutting utensils I used too. Hold on, let me pause for a minute. I used our flexible cutting mats. These come in a set of 3. They are amazing. They grip the counter so they're not going to slip on you when you're cutting. I love, love, love them. I can't say enough about them. These are the large ones. We also have small ones that are about this long as well. And then I also used my coated Santoku knife. It's dirty, sorry y'all. Our coated knives are my personal favorite. The reason being is I don't have to worry about water spots on them when I hand wash them. I can let them sit on my counter up behind my sink and they'll dry and they won't have a single water spot on them. So that's why I prefer the coated knives. Our other knives are just as good. I love them. The steel knives is just, I just don't like the water spots. So I usually typically am grabbing our coated ones instead. So that is what I used. And then I used, of course, our tongs, our kitchen tongs, for adding the chicken into the quick cooker. The thing I love about these is it's super easy to use. When you have it upright like this, you just squeeze together and it opens the tongs. And then when you want to close them again, you just squeeze them together and flip them upside down and it locks them right in place so they're not going to open on you. So those are the couple of products that I used before we get to this final step. So let me go ahead and move my quick cooker up again so you guys can see. All I'm going to do is add my ingredients. So we are going to add our chicken back in. And then I did use our handy dandy kitchen scale here to measure out my pasta. I've got 8 ounces of penne pasta here. We're gonna add that in. Then we're going to add a jar of spaghetti sauce. And y'all, I gotta use the counter to open it, sorry. Oh. There we go. All right, so we're just gonna add our jar of pasta sauce in. The sauce that I have always loved and used is the ragu flavored with meat sauce. We've used this sauce since we've been married, honestly. I just love it. It's so, so, so good. And then we are going to add a cup of water here. Now, once I get that added in, I am gonna use my tongs real quick just to stir everything together. I have learned through making this recipe so many times that you wanna try your hardest to get your noodles below the sauce or like down in the sauce so that they don't get dry up at the top. So we're gonna push our noodles down in a little bit here. We're gonna stir it a little bit more because that water didn't get mixed in very good. Hold on a minute. There we go. All right, now we're going to push the noodles down. It doesn't matter as much if the chicken is sitting on top. The only part I pay attention to really well is the noodles because we don't want the edges of them getting overdone. So we're gonna make sure those are pushed down in the sauce like so. All right, now that we've got that done, we are ready to go. So we are going to put our quick cooker lid on here and we're gonna lock it in place. And you can hear my quick cooker was just talking to me saying, hey, the lid's on. Just so you know, the lid is on there. So we are going to, I'm gonna try to turn this so y'all can see it. Hold on, let me move this stuff out of the way momentarily because I want you guys to see the amazingness of the quick cooker. All right, so I'm gonna adjust this here. There is a turn knob here, and we are going to turn this. Oh, actually, we're not using the turn knob for this recipe. Silly AJ. We are actually gonna use the custom setting, which is a button here. It's not on the knob, but I do want you guys to see the different settings. So we have the sear setting, which is what I use to make the chicken. And then we've also got the steam, the slow cook, the proof. We've got chicken and poultry, beef, pork, fish, soups, breads, stews, and desserts. And then down here we've got just white rice, brown rice, and then whole grains as well. So we're gonna put it on the custom setting. We're gonna change our time to just 5 minutes. So we're gonna use our minus button here to decrease the time. And then once it gets to 5, we're gonna hit this start button. I do wanna point out a couple of things. So this is your steam release button here. You can see when I push that, this comes up. You do not want this pushed in while it's cooking because we want it to build pressure. And then once it's done cooking, we will release the steam. So we are gonna use this button completely flush here. It does not need to be pushed in at this time. And I don't think you guys can see this part, but you always want to make sure that your clouds here are lined up and they are facing the same direction. So we make sure all of that is good to go, and we're just going to press this start button right here. And you'll notice it's not going to start counting down right away. Right now, it is just doing this kind of spin feature right here. And it's going to do that as it builds its pressure. This is a pressure cooker and we are using the pressure cooking function right now. So that's what it's going to do. And then once it is done building its pressure, it will start counting down at that time. It'll start at 5 and then go down 4, 3, 2, 1. And then once it's done, all we're gonna do is press that cancel button over here. And then we're gonna push this button to release the steam. The one thing that I absolutely love about this Pampered Chef quick cooker is all of the, safety. All of the safety features. I almost said security features and I was like, I don't think that's right. Safety features, all of the safety features that it has. So once this starts building pressure, once some of the pressure starts building, you'll see this little red dot. Y'all can barely see that right now. There we go. This little red dot is going to pop up in place. What that is a locking mechanism. So I will not be able to take this lid off of the metal pot that is inside of here. If I try to lift it up, the pot is going to come with the lid. And yes, I have tried it just to see what would happen. and that's exactly what happens. You go to take it off and it is still attached to that pot, so that you are not going to have any accidents with this. You're not going to get hurt in any ways. It's amazing. I love it. Another safety feature that is on the quick cooker is, because it is such a high wattage product, they don't want to be draining your kitchen or your house of energy. So there is no on or off switch on this. You have to manually unplug it from the wall in order to get the lights and things like that to turn off of it. Again, that is another safety feature that Pampered Chef thought of, because they don't want to be taking all of your power and energy from your house and have it going into the quick cooker all the time. So always unplug it, and then when you're ready to use it again, you just plug it right back in. And I honestly just leave mine sitting on the counter. I use it so very much for different things that I just leave it on my counter, and it's constantly in use. She knows. I probably need to name her. I hadn't even thought of that. Maybe we'll have a fun Pampered Chef raffle or drawing or something where we name my quick cooker. That might be fun. Anyway, so that is all about the safety features. There are also 2 handles here at the bottom for you to easily lift the quick cooker, which I love because it just makes things a little easier on me. Oh, and the other safety feature, I almost forgot, is that the button is so far away from the steam release valve. So I've heard a lot of people talk about their pressure cookers and how they would go to release the steam and it would get their fingers or whatever and it would hurt because all that steam and pressure coming out can burn you. But ours is far enough away, you don't even need one of those steam. They sell for a lot of pressure cookers nowadays, like a steam, almost like a valve that goes on top and it pushes the steam away. You do not need that with these because it's so far away. I've never had the steam even touch my hand at all when it's coming out. It literally just goes straight up. And I typically use it on my stovetop so that the steam will just go up into my hood and it will just disappear. I don't have to worry about it going up under my cabinets, warping the wood of my cabinets or anything like that. It just goes right up in my hood and disappears and it's good to go. So I think that is all I have for you guys about my quick cooker. I love it. The Long household would not be the same without it. It saves me all the time. One kind of fun fact about me is for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, I hope it's not just me, but I'm always forgetting to take my ground beef and my chicken out of the freezer. I'm like, I just cannot get it in my head that I need to thaw out my ground beef and my chicken. And so this thing saves me all the time because I'm like, oh shoot, but you can put frozen stuff right in here, you guys, and it is going to cook it in no time at all. You don't have to thaw it, anything like that. It just cooks it so quickly that it's still going to save you time. So even if you forget, like me, to thaw your ground beef or your chicken, it will cook it anyways for you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video about one of my very favorite products. I will be talking to you guys again soon. If you have any questions or suggestions, anything like that, feel free to reach out. If you own a quick cooker and you maybe want some recipes, reach out to me about that as well. I would love to hook you up with some yummy, delicious food to serve your family at your dinner table. So I will be in touch soon, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Bye.